Well, I explained this in my podcast episode because every band, because of COVID, any record that they were probably working on at the time, you're looking at it getting delayed 2 years because you have two choices. You either go out the gate and tour when everybody else does, or you wait, let everybody get out there, and then you go when everybody, when a lot of these bands aren't playing as many shows. So, you were kind of, it was a double-edged sword. I mean, you were screwed practically either way. And, a lot of bands that are recording albums that are coming out this year, when I talk to all of them, they say, man, we really wanted this album out 2 years ago. And, it's like you're in that same boat. And, during COVID, when you're not putting anything out, all people are doing is writing music. So I know so many bands that have like 2 albums, 3 albums worth of music they've written. And they just haven't put it out because you start getting tour offers again. You got to make up for lost time, lost exposure, stuff like that. So I get it, man. And I'd be curious, so you talked about writing music too. And I'm curious, I thought Empire of the Blind was a much different record, a good progression for the band. There's a lot of different stuff on there. Like the first song in the album, I mean, all I could think about was classic Bay Area thrash metal. But then as you get into the album, there's some different stuff on there. What are these songs sounding like, in comparison to, say, that record?
Like the new stuff?
Yeah, the new stuff.
Expect the unexpected.
Okay.
I don't like repeating stuff. I mean, I tell this, I have a couple of guitar students, and I tell them there are guitar players that have a bag of tricks and they just repeat the same licks over and over again. There are a lot of bands that are the legacy bands, or whatever they're calling old bands now. They're on like this repeat mode to satisfy their fans.
Sure.
And to me, it's a disservice to the actual music, because there's nothing really. How do I put this? They're good songs, but there's nothing special or unique or different. They're cookie cutter.
Right.
And so, like with Heathen, I don't want to do that. No. So every album has always been different, and this next one will be different. It's darker, it's heavier. There's still fast stuff. In fact, like one of the songs is probably the fastest Heathen song of all of them. But it's also super melodic. It's got depth. I just, I mean, I can't wait to show it to people. All the songs are demoed except like 3 of them.
Okay.
It's different. I think each time we do something, it's different, and it should be, because you think about the classic bands, they weren't afraid to try different things.
No.
And there are too many thrash fans that have a limited set of rules that they think they should apply to thrash bands. And unfortunately, what happens is when you do that, you put a fence around what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And then all the music starts to sound the same, and you end up with like band to band, all the riffs sound similar, and all the singers sound like Schmear from Destruction. And at some point, it's like the genre isn't going to go anywhere if we keep putting fences up around it. So we're ripping the fences down and just doing what we want, and making good songs.
Right.
I follow my muse, or whatever you want to call it, and for the creative stuff. And if it sounds good to me, and it's good, once you put the guitar tone and Dave's voice on there, it sounds like Heathen. And that's what it should be for any band,
Hey everybody, Tony here from the Metal Command podcast. Again, I appreciate your support. Since 1998, I have hosted this show in one form or another, starting off in radio and now in the podcast format. Again, thanks for watching, and if you like what you see and hear on this show, by all means, please hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell to be notified anytime I do post a video, and if you see this program on any other form of social media, please give me a follow there. Again, I always appreciate your support.